Good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday, December 7th. We are in the month of December, and it is a full moon tonight. So, what a beautiful and auspicious time to be joining in our meditation, to be setting intentions for this cycle of the moon, to be setting intentions for our week with our meditation, and setting intentions for the ending of our 2022. So if you're here in real time on the live stream, thank you so much for joining and for being a part of this community. If you are joining at another time with the recorded version of our meditation, well, you're here. You're part of the experience. Your energy is being added, and from wherever or whenever you are joining us, this is a special experience for all of us who are part of it. And that means you, if you're watching right now. So thank you so much. This is the time we just take a few minutes, just about a half an hour, maybe a little more sometimes, because I do like to talk. But we do take this time to not only meditate, but to reach into a set of oracle cards to guide us in that meditation. And the set of cards that we use is the beautiful Osho Zen Tarot deck. So this is a version of the traditional tarot deck, and it has an interpretation of all of the archetypes from a Zen point of view. And I think that hopefully you'll all agree that it's those that have been participating, that it's a really beautiful interpretation, and the artwork is really gorgeous and really has been an amazing guide for us over the last few months. Really seems to hit the nail on the head. We oftentimes draw the same card over a period of time. There are some cards that we'll draw that we've never drawn before. And so it is exciting to just allow that flow to happen and allow the guidance to happen with the draw of a card. And before we do that, before we draw that card, because that card is really the answer to a question that we have, or it is insight to guidance that we are looking for, we want to ask that question. We want to set that intention. We want to seek that guidance. It's easy. All we have to do is either write it down on a little slip of paper, just like this, or of your own. And that piece of paper you can hold in the palm of your hand as you meditate, giving energy to it. And then, as a little added bonus, I'm going to have a little slip of paper that says everyone's intentions. And so this little slip of paper is going to collect all of the energy during the meditation from everyone's intentions who happens to be watching at this time. So, and that's whenever or wherever you're watching it from. So when this is finished, gathering all of the energy and all of the intentions for the evening, at the conclusion of our evening tonight, I will light it up and let it go out into the universe, spreading and dissipating and entering the ether so that our intentions are out there, and just like the breeze that blows, it will come back to us whenever it is in full time. So, working with a full moon this evening, it allows us to harvest the experience of the last month. So we've gone through a cycle of the moon that we started with the new moon, and then now we reach the full moon. We are at the apex of this cycle. It's the time of abundance. It's the time to reflect on all that has happened over the last moon cycle over the last month since the last full moon. And then again tonight, we also get the opportunity to check in with that abundance that we have been experiencing, the miracles that we've been experiencing over the last week since our last week's meditation, which, if you were not here, I do highly encourage you to check out the recording of this meditation. We drew the card in voice. There really is no more important card to draw than that card, because that is the card from which all answers are given and received. That inner voice that is actually our divine self, and our divine self that is the divine all. So we're going to engage soon with our card draw, but before we do, let's take those couple of minutes. You don't have to write them down if you don't want. If you just want to kind of make a mental note of your intention for the evening, that's just great. If you want to kind of imagine that intention as a piece of paper that you're holding in your hand, the important thing is that you identify that intention, and then you kind of put it somewhere in your mind's eye, and you send that energy from that intention directly to this space here, and I will gather it in my little ticket, and then we will send it out to the universe. But before we do, we got to set that. We got to examine ourselves, ask the question, and I'm going to allow us a few seconds to do that. So just go ahead, take a moment, reflect while I do the same. I already have everyone's written down. Fine. You might be ready. We might be ready for our spin into the stillness. Now again, we draw one card, and making sure my phone is charging. So we're going to take one card. We're going to draw that card. It's going to be the top card after I shuffle. And remember, that card that we draw is not an option to the answer to the question. It is the answer to your question. It's the answer to mine. It is the guidance that we seek. And the beauty of it is that it is one answer to all of our questions. It's the guidance. It's everything. So it's one answer to each of our individual questions. It's that unifying factor in this experience of community with one another. And I just think that's beautiful, so beautiful. So with that in mind, I'm going to begin the shuffle. And as I do, again, you're sending energy this way. We're gathering it all here, and you're sending energy to this little card deck so that when we draw, we all know that top card is our card, our community's card for this evening's meditation event. And so I can't hold them too high, or else I won't be able to shuffle them. Trust me. Should have a little shuffle cam, right? You can see my hands moving these cards around and shuffling them, and hopefully not dropping them. All right, big box, no whammies. And stop. All right, we're going to take the top card. I'm not reaching into the deck. Not using my own intuition to have me choose a card. I've shuffled the cards with your energy and my energy all involved, and I'm going to draw the top card, and that top card is what? I shuffled these cards. The card for the second week in a row. And as I said, just as we were reading, you can't get much better than this card. It's all about the inner voice, because it's always about the inner voice, isn't it? Okay then, well, I guess this is a punctuation to last week. And if you missed last week, here we go. And if you didn't miss last week, well, you can gather it again this week. Because we got to go with what we're given, right? We have to go with what we are given. Let's check it out, check it out, check it out. There it is. All right. Second week in a row. Let's take a look at the card. If you were here last week, maybe you're going to see something new in the card that you didn't see. And of course, maybe, most likely, you've asked a different question this week. You've set another intention. So this inner voice card is answering this question this week. This intention, giving you the guidance you need for now, not last week. Never happened, never had 2 times in a row. I really shuffled. But again, I don't mind this card. It's so beautiful. We see the center figure. We see the flow. We see the goddess figure. We see the open crown chakra that is receiving spirit. We see the yin yang of the dolphins flowing through the water. We see it all happening in the vastness of our universe. This is an important card to be receiving for the second week in a row. But I'm still happy to read about it because, again, it's so beautiful. Here's the second card in the deck. Who's ready? The inner voice speaks not in words, but in the wordless language of the heart. It is like an oracle who only speaks the truth. If it had a face, it would be like the face at the center of this card. Alert, watchful, and able to accept both the dark and the light, symbolized by the 2 hands holding the crystal, which I didn't even notice. How beautiful. The crystal itself represents the clarity that comes from transcending all dualities. The inner voice can also be playful as it dives deep into the emotions and emerges again to soar towards the sky, like the 2 dolphins dancing in the waters of life. It is connected with the cosmos through the crescent moon crown and the earth as represented by the green leaves on the figure's kimono. There are times in our lives when too many voices seem to be pulling us this way and that. Our very confusion in such situations is a reminder to seek silence and centering within. Only then are we able to hear our truth. If you have found your truth within yourself, there is nothing more in this whole existence to find. Truth is functioning through you. When you open your eyes, it is truth opening its eyes. When you close your eyes, it is truth who is closing its eyes. This is a tremendous meditation for the second week in a row. If you can simply understand the device, you don't have to do anything. Whether you are doing or being, whether you don't have to do anything. Whatever you are doing is being done by truth. You are walking, it is truth. You are sleeping, it is truth. Resting. You are speaking, it is truth speaking. You are silent, it is truth that is silent. This is one of the most simple meditation techniques. Slowly, 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 everything settles into this simple formula, and then there is no need for the technique. When you are cured, you throw away the meditation, you throw away the medicine. Then you live as truth, alive, radiant, contented, blissful, a song unto yourself. Your whole life becomes a prayer without any words, or better to say a prayerfulness, a grace, a beauty which does not belong to our mundane world, a ray of light coming from the beyond into the darkness of our world. And I have to remark on the beautiful synchronicity of the podcast that my spiritual super pal Hillary Lowenstein and I have just posted about remembering who you are when we find ourselves in the midst of either seasonal chaos that we're about to approach in December, or just the pressures of our day-to-day life. We're post-pandemic, we're post-monkeypox, we are post-election season. We're at a heightened level of existence right now, and sometimes it can feel so overwhelming for all of us. But this card aligns with our message of this podcast, which is we must find ways to find the stillness in ourselves. And that stillness exists, whether it's noisy around us or not. But we can find it, we can practice finding it, and that's what we do here on our weekly or during our weekly meditations. So again, this really is a beautiful card that absolutely bears repeating. And I'm excited that we get to use this opportunity, to leverage this opportunity to allow that inner voice once again to speak to us and through us, because guess what? It is us, just as it is all. So let's do it. Let's get in touch with that voice once again. Week 2 of Inner Voice. See if the voice says something different to you than it did last week. Maybe it's the same. Again, bears repeating clearly. So let's get comfortable, and we want our comfort space to be also one where we can relax as well as energize. So don't get too comfortable. Don't put yourself in a space where you might fall asleep. But do know that even if you begin to doze into that half space, that you're likely still in a meditative state. You're likely in that space of between worlds, really, where you are meditative. You're not quite sleeping. You're not quite fully awake. That's also a beautiful space to be in, and you'll find that you can recall your experience from that space quite often if you just allow yourself to open to it. So, are we ready? Are we comfortable? We're going to let the tones do the talking, which of course I say every week. Some weeks I'm allowed to, I'm more silent than others, but let's face it, I like to talk. I like to share. So with that in mind, let's breathe. Let's inhale through our nose. And when we do inhale through our bodies completely, and hold for a moment. This hold is so important. It is that space, that pause before we release. There's so much magic in that pause. Inhale. And exhale. One more deep breath. Inhale. And hold. And exhale, exhale, exhale fully as we move on, and you allow your eyes to flutter closed. Week 2. And again, as our eyes close, we allow ourselves to relax more and more. Each breath draws us into another, deeper state of relaxation. Allow yourself to be soothed by the tones, or by my voice, or by your own glorious presence. Deeper and deeper we go into ourselves. And if we imagine for a moment that we're turning inward to ourselves, in doing that, we've focused on our heart chakra. With our mind's eye, we become curious, like Alice checking out what's down the rabbit hole. So, with our mind's eye, we look into our heart. Just peer into that space. It's so beautiful. It's so green and lush as it glows with the heart chakra that we begin to notice it opening wider. And in our curiosity, with our mind's eye, as we look into this heart space, we find ourselves suddenly tumbling into that heart space, tumbling into a beautiful and vast inner universe that we realize is the universe. Our inner self is the outer universe in this space. It is not our physical body that is tumbling, it is our spirit body that is at first free falling through this space, but then, just like Alice, manages to calm and center and just float in this glorious, glorious universe. Suspended in this space that is both dark and so comfortably so, that is also radiant with an inner light. That radiance grows and glows more and more as we realize that this inner space is actually our true, glorious, divine presence. And we allow ourselves as we assimilate and become part of this inner self, this divine presence, we allow ourselves the awe of our unique and beautiful presence. always been a part of us. It's always been us. But here in this space of safety and comfort and community, it's like we are experiencing this inner divine self for the first time. Even if we've meditated with this inner divinity like we did last week, this experience is unique. It is showing us a side or a part of ourselves that we are seeing and experiencing fully. We are so awestruck at our own divinity. We are awestruck of our place in the universe. We're unique. And special. And beautiful presence. It is beautiful in its own right. We also realize it's made more beautiful when it is shown and revealed through and with the light of the other beautiful presences that are here, uniting as the one presence. We take safety in this awe-struck state. We allow ourselves to align with this pure awesomeness because we realize that we are this awesomeness. We remember that we've asked a question or we've stated an intention. And as we've aligned with this awesomeness, it's like we're receiving that question as the awesomeness. We're seeking that guidance and understanding the guidance as the awesomeness, as the inner voice that is our truth. It is who we are. So for the next few moments, let us allow that voice to speak with us and through us in whatever way we choose to receive it, now that we are so open and realize just how awesome it is. carried away. Let that inner voice speak. Maybe it's in words, maybe it's in sounds, maybe it's through the tones. But now is the time. And as we've allowed this conversation to happen with our beautiful divine self, because it is who we are overcome with love for this awesomeness. And we realize that we are here in this awesomeness to show that awesomeness some real love. So before we move out of this awesome divine self that is both us as well as all, let us tell our awesome inner divine self what we have been sent here to tell ourselves, which is, I love you. Tell Feel your awesome, inner, beautiful, glorious self. That you are completely aligned with in this meditation. I love you, my glorious, awesome, amazing, divine me. I love you, divine me. See if you can just wait for it to hear the beautiful divine being echo right back to you. I love you. And bathing in this beautiful love for our divine self, which is just us, feeling that love for me, for the divine me is me. Feeling just how moving it is, what a relief, what a nourishment it is to know and experience this beautiful love. That we suddenly find ourselves so excited to get back to our earth plane and to love ourselves in the earth plane. To practice that love for ourselves each and every moment when we get back to the earth plane, because we remember how it feels. With that excitement and expectancy, let's move ourselves out of that rabbit hole of our heart. So imagine the floating essence in this vast internal universe that is the entire universe. Imagine ourselves, that presence, that physical-less presence, begin to lift up through that universe and expand into our bodies. So we went inside of ourselves, but we are just expanding out. Imagine the essence filling that physical space as if it was slowly being filled with helium in a balloon. You can feel that helium fill our extremities, filling us, making us light and airy as a physical body. More and more. And with that love, that we hold it in that heart space as we realize that we are returning to our body fully, and we will now complete this process by taking a deep breath in and exhaling quickly. Again, inhale and exhale. One more deep breath. Inhale and exhale quickly as we open our eyes and find ourselves back in our physical space, this beautiful space where we know, love, and experience one another. You can't go wrong with the inner voice. The Oracle has stated that very thing tonight, because in the end, that's what we're listening for with each and every meditation, with each and every draw of the card. is that inner voice. And so I really invite you to go back to this meditation throughout this week. Check in with it. Check in with how the card looks, how it feels, how you can apply yourself to your own guidance, to the answer to your own question by checking out that card and really aligning with it in whatever way you can. And we will continue to move with the inner voice, to share with that inner voice, to experience it. But the specificity of picking that card 2 weeks in a row, well, I just love it. And I love that synchronicity anyway. It is now time for me, now that I have remembered that we're going to let these out into the universe. First, I'm going to use 9 first. We're going to light it. There she is. Up she goes. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Talk to me again on camera, so I apologize for that. But yes, this is ours, guys. This is everyone's intentions right here. So whatever you set, whatever you asked, whatever that inner voice was sharing with you is now out into the collective, so that all of our energies can support its manifestation. Here she goes. Up, up, and away into our beautiful, beautiful universe. All right. It's that time. Kept you long enough. Talked a lot, but hopefully so did your inner voice. I want to say hello to Sue, who is on Zoom tonight. Thank you so much, Sue. I love you so much. You know I do. Hope to see you soon. Are you coming up this way anytime soon? Let me know. Thank you, as always. Let's see who else is here, guys. Let's see if you joined us via YouTube or Facebook, which now works. There's Rhea. Hello, Rhea. I love you, Angel. My friend Rhea, my beautiful angel friend Rhea, and I have been celebrating the last 2 days since Monday. We have been connected eternally for 27 years now. A long, long time. Many, many adventures. And here she is making another adventure with us. I love you so much. Thank you so much. Let's see who might be on the Facebook, shall we? And again, Facebook, I managed to see everybody showing up after I have looked and watched. So hopefully you'll understand things. But if not, know that I'm saying glad you're here no matter what. No matter what, no matter when. There's Amanda. Hello. She has joined, or did join. Thank you so much for being here. Amanda and I have recently posted our latest reflection on the principle of polarity, which is part of the Kabbalion and the law of the universe. Highly recommend the Kabbalion and the principles of the universe that are outlined, and had a really fun time, very long chat that I think you'll enjoy. So check out Net of Love with my friend Amanda Hoover, Reverend Amanda Hoover, and see what we've come up with about the principle of polarity. So thank you for joining us. And if you have joined us and I haven't seen you, please understand that I am still so grateful that you're here. I love you and always appreciate the energy of the community, that I always feel. I always feel it, and it's what drives me. It's what brings me here each Wednesday. So let's keep that going. Check out the Spiritual Spinster website, guys. You'll find the link to the Net of Love podcast and video with my friend Amanda Hoover. You will find the link to the bonus episode of Spilling the Spirituality with my friend Hillary that we just posted as well, addressing many of the things that we talked about tonight. You'll find a link to this meditation if you want to check it out again, and other things coming up. Mark your calendars. 2 weeks from tonight, we are celebrating the winter solstice, and we'll we'll be using a card as guidance, but we're going to be using the Earth Magic card, which is our, really the best and most beautiful card to acknowledge these seasonal celestial events. So join us for a little extra special winter solstice experience on Wednesday, December 21st. It is the shortest day of the year, the time of the least amount of daylight, most amount of night. But after that, we turn the corner. We're on our way back to the light. So mark your calendars for that 2 weeks. And I look forward to seeing everybody then, and look forward to reading your comments. Please share experiences. If you think I'm just a big crock of all of this, share it. Let me know. Let's engage in a discussion, and let's have that community be about expressing ourselves as well and our authenticity. With that, I will say good night. I love you all. I wish you a happy December, a divine December where we are looking at and experiencing our divine voice. Listen, you'll hear it. I love you. Good night.